571, a child was born to a noble family via the prophetic lineage of Ishmael, son of Abraham, in Mecca on the Arabian Peninsula. His name was Muhammad, the Praised One. He was orphaned at an early age, hence he understood the plight of orphans and the underprivileged. Muhammad, peace be upon him, grew to be a young man with an outstanding character. Allah the Almighty protected him from the evils of the way of life that was prominent in the age of ignorance, Jahiliyyah, such as drinking alcohol, fornicating, and theft. He was known as Al-Amin, the trustworthy, for people, even his enemies, would entrust him with their valuables. Even before Islam, Muhammad was interested in the problems of his society and sought the establishment of virtue in it, where especially injustices among people were widespread. Then, at the age of 40, as an unlettered man, he received his first revelation from God, from Allah, during the 9th month of the lunar calendar, Ramadan, delivered by the Archangel Gabriel. This obviously shook him at first, as Allah captures it in the Revelation too. The first one to believe was the Prophet's wife, Khadija, who is known and respected as the mother of Muslims, and she was also there to support him through the challenges from the beginning. The first message revealed to him was, read, recite, in the name of your Lord, who created you. Hence Islam, the way of life Allah sent to humanity through Muhammad, peace be upon him, emphasized the acquisition and dissemination of knowledge from the very beginning. The revelation, Al-Quran, meaning the recital, was solely an oral tradition at first, and it was bringing evidence for the existence of God from daily life, encouraging critical thinking and asking questions, leading people to ponder. Each verse of it was called ayah in Arabic, meaning a miraculous sign, and it challenged the deniers to bring evidence also, as well as to produce anything like Quran if they claim to be speaking the truth. A challenge still has not been met until today. The message addresses to all humanity and has a basic message, believing that there is no one worthy of worship besides Allah, and also believing in His angels, His messengers, His books, the Day of Judgment, and His divine decree over all of His creation. And so, with this fundamental message, He invited people to abandon idol worshipping and to believe in only one God. As He delivered this message, the Meccans saw Him as a danger to their lifestyle, particularly idol worshipping, which was generating a lot of money for them. He called for the rights of the oppressed and the poor, and stood by them, which drew the anger of the strong. In order to persuade him to abandon his belief and duty of prophethood, all sorts of schemes like bribery, torture, and banishment were used for the Muslims. Despite all these abuses, none of his followers deserted Islam. In 622, after going through various challenges, Muhammad received a command from Allah to migrate to Medina, a city north of Mecca. This migration, Hijrah, was so momentous that it marked the beginning of the Islamic calendar. In Medina, Muslims achieved to become a more cohesive society. More people from every religion, tribe, and race continued to embrace Islam. People from all parts of the region were especially affected by the outstanding character and grace of the Prophet. 8 years after the Hijrah, the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, returned to Mecca with an army of 10,000 men under the strict order that no blood was to be spilled and no revenge was to be taken. He respectfully rode into Mecca on the back of his camel, bowing so much so that his head nearly rested on his camel's neck, according to the narrations. Upon entering the city, he told its residents, I say to you what the Prophet Joseph said to his brothers, today no reproach be cast on you. May Allah forgive you, you are freed. The following year in the pilgrimage season, he gave his farewell sermon in which his core message was, we have put the ways of ignorance behind us now. We must drop all ties with usury. Justice needs to prevail and no one should ever be oppressed. No one is superior to one another, regardless of black or white, rich or poor, Arab or non-Arab, except by piety and good action. There shall be no more paganism. In the meanwhile, he received the following verse, this day I have perfected for you your religion and completed my favor on you and chosen for you Islam as religion. Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, passed away in 632 and was buried in Medina, while his legacy and God's light that was sent through him reached all over the world after him, as it was promised in the Revelation too.